In this video, we're going to unbox a bunch of espresso machines. This is a version 1.43 machine. That's our latest one. So the idea here is to show you everything you need to know to get started making your first espresso. And Mohammed here is going to ask me any questions when I'm unclear or forget something.
All right, let's start.
All right, so first thing, get yourself a carton cutter or scissors. Don't dig in deep. Obviously, you don't want to scratch anything. So get your carton cutter out and slice the edge here. Typically, I'll then slice it here.
So when people receive the machine in a box, do we also have a pouch for the documents, yeah?
Yeah, so on top here, you don't have it because we didn't send you UPS, but you'll have to slice through the top here or peel off a UPS pouch. That's true. You don't normally need to keep it unless you're in Germany and you're claiming taxes back or something, you need to prove delivery. Most people don't need to keep that. And then I'm going to cut through the top. You'll notice we're using super tough tape here. And we cut that open. Now, retract the knife so you don't accidentally knife the person next to you like I almost did. You'll notice that we've got these corners here made out of hard plastic. You take those out. And that's because the airline personnel love playing soccer with your espresso machine and pushing it out of airplanes and such. And we found that these things here do a great job of keeping the machine from getting broken. Now, at this point, you could exert yourself and do a lot of weightlifting and pull the machine out, or you could do it the easy way. Let me show you the easy way. So the easy way is to rock it down, like so, leaving the flaps open, okay? And then just tilt it like this. Now one thing you'll notice is that we had the wheels facing upwards in the box, and that was on purpose because when the machine gets dropped by UPS, we don't want it to bash onto the wheels. So we pack the machine upside down. Again, for corner protectors here. Now you might want to save these in case you ever ship the machine back. What you should do with this box is not throw it out because when you ship this back, the box fits perfectly and really protects it well, so you should cut the edges here.
Wait, why would people ship it back?
Okay, so if you want to ship this back to us because it's broken.
Oh, okay.
So most repairs we can have you do at your location, but if for some reason the machine's really broken, needs to get shipped back to us. That's why it's in a suitcase and not disposable packaging. So keep the cardboard box in case you ever need to ship it back or you want to travel with it. This is the white D1XL model, and we're going to take this out of its plastic bag. I usually open up the suitcase with the handle side down because that's how we packed it.
So is this a bigger size than the Pro model?
This is the same suitcase as the D1 Pro, but the foam is going to be different, and the way that we organize the objects inside the foam is going to be different. So first of all, the foam is much, much tighter. It's the next generation foam on the XL. And because this machine is about this much deeper, things are packed differently here. Okay, so one thing you'll note is that the water tank is in fact under the espresso machine. So to unpack this, you do need to take the foam off. And I'd recommend you take 2 layers of the foam off because it's really packed in well there so that nothing gets broken. Going through the objects in the suitcase, here we've got a white tablet, a portafilter with a natural wood handle, drip tray, espresso machine with the XL steam wand, and down here we've got the water tank, which is also where the power cord and our other accessories are placed. So let's take things out here. Water tank, tablet, portafilter. Because the water tank is in here, you want to make sure it doesn't slide out as you take it out. That probably won't happen because it's in there good, but just pay attention. I'm going to put one hand behind the steam wand. Why don't you help me with the foam here? There's protective plastic on various bits that we can take off, here and here. And I'll cut the clip off this end here. Next, we're going to slide the water tank out here. And we're going to use scissors to open it up. So So new in this version 1.43 is a slot right here, which makes it much easier to install the tablet. You just slide it in like that, and it locks into place. Now it also means that if you don't want the tablet on the machine or you want to show the tablet to someone, you can just slide it out and put it on a table. It took us about 2 years to get this to a point where it didn't wobble, and as you tapped on the side, it didn't move, yet be easy to remove.
I want to go back to the water tank for a second because that's an item that is kind of fragile. So what did we do to protect it more during shipping?
In the D1XL model, what we did is during shipping, the water tank is in an air bubble envelope and it's underneath. And also we changed the foam configuration so the water tank is quite far from the edges of the machine. And we, knock on wood, haven't broken many of these in shipping, so that seems to be working well. All right, next I want to show you the back of the machine and explain what the various connection ports are.
That looks very neat.
It's very neat and tidy. So this back panel here is held on with magnets. You put your fingers in the bottom and just pull it out. Going through the various connections here, one thing you'll notice is that this here has an elastic band on it. We're going to take that off. And that's just there for shipping so it doesn't rattle around as it makes its way to you. So from this side to here, we've got an off switch. This is where the power plug goes in. This here is where the refill kit plugs in. This is the lever for the water intake tube. And this is for the refill kit if you have one where it plugs in. And these are magnets that are giving us enough space so we can have the cabling hidden inside. So let's go ahead while I've got this out here and plug the power cable in because there's a little trick to it. You'll see that we've given you a right-angled power cable. And what you want to do is get it underneath like that. And then it plugs in here. And you'll notice the fit's quite tight. And that's on purpose so that it won't fall out by accident. So let me rotate the machine around because now we're ready for the water tank. The water tank has a handle here. It's where you put your hand, and it comes in on the rails here. Okay. And we're going to fill it up with water, and usually to fill it up with water, I leave the front of the water tank lined up with the front of the legs. And I usually spin the steam wand out of the way like so. The water tank can take 2 liters of water, but at this point, to get us started, it's good enough if you at least get it to the halfway point, which is what I've done here. To slide the water tank in, you're going to need to lift the lever in the back here, like so, and then drop the lever when it's in. Let's take the elastic band off the drip tray. And in here, I've got a couple things. I've got the group head handle, which screws on right here. And it's optional, but most people like to use it. Basically, it means that when you tighten the portafilter on, you won't have to do some weird motion like this. You're just going to use your biceps. And we're going to do that now. We're going to take the portafilter out. When you lock the portafilter in, what you're going to be looking for is this round banana shape that's right here. So that when you slide in, you just feel that click in, and you just lock it in like that. In terms of tightness, you can really just squeeze with your hand. It doesn't need to be that tight. If you over tighten it, it makes it harder to get it out once you make your espresso. All right, next, the cover goes on the drip tray. That goes on the rails too and slides back until it touches the back of the machine.
There is no special direction for the drip tray, right? So
the drip tray, yeah, the drip tray can rotate this way or this way. At this point, I can turn the machine on, and I can put the back panel on. This is a self-test on the machine. It's going to do 12 different self-tests. Now, what you'll find is that when it reaches this point, it's going to do a pump test. It's a pressure test. It's important that this light here is on. If that's not on, then press the button. This is the emergency off button, or the standby. This is a pump pressure test that ends with a sound. At this point, the machine's heating up, and it's going to rotate around here. When it's gone all the way to noon, it's ready to go. So we can now plug the USB cable into the tablet. The USB cable was included in the various accessories in the drip tray. I'm going to plug the larger end in here, and then the smaller end right here.
So the tablet is usually charged by default?
The tablet ships 100% charged. However, It is a portable device, so depending on the temperature outside, it might lose its charge in 2 or 3 days or a week. When you get this, it might not be fully charged and ready to go. And if you find that it won't turn on, find yourself a computer and plug this new computer and just let it charge overnight. I'm really sorry, we do charge them before we send them to you, but it's possible it becomes discharged on its way to you. So at this point, this icon is saying it's now charging. I'm holding the button here in order to turn the tablet on.
So the red circle means it's still heating up.
It'll take about 4 minutes for it to heat up. It looks like it's about it's about 80% heated up now. That's why it's on the 8. And this is the world's simplest user interface. You're going to see one icon which looks like a decent espresso machine. You're going to tap it. You tap the Decent Espresso app. And at the factory, we've already paired this tablet app with this espresso machine, and you can see that it connects and flashes green. To power off the espresso machine but leave the tablet on, you hold this button down, and you can hear it go click, and the light here has now turned off. The other way to turn the machine off is to press this power button, and you can wake the machine by tapping the screen when it's showing the screensaver.
And the machine is ready.
And the machine is ready to go. At this point, you can go ahead and make an espresso, but that's not the purpose of this video. So go ahead and watch our other videos and enjoy your Decent Espresso machine.